I was trying to get it right. I didn't get it right. Oh well. Morning, Rosa. Pin message. By the way, I've got drinking coffee this morning. Oh, let me go to live chat. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't, because there's like 2 people here. Okay, thumbs up. Rosa, you got a crown. You got a crown. You're number 1 here. I don't even know how that works. YouTube keeps sending. Morning, Jennifer. YouTube keeps sending me these messages about crowns and shit like that. I don't know how it works. By the way, I'm okay, let me close that down. I'm just getting ready. I do have the show. It's going to be a really good one. More than vacation guy. It's going to be a damn good one because I did a lot of work. I just did about an hour of work, I would say, which is a lot. I had literally nothing, so it's fresh, it's solid, so it's going to be worth sticking around for this one. And 0 XP. Oh wow! I guess the crowns are up top. So if I'm on a burner account watching myself. Here, might as well. I'm not doing any. Oh man, hold on. It effed up a little bit. Let me just Safari properties. We're gonna go to Insta360. Then we're gonna go back to Chrome. It messes up. It messes up where it. Okay, wait. Now I've got to move this over. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it is QQQ. I thought it was cutting off a little bit. Morning, Wendy. By the way, based on the Trump fake out yesterday, diamond hands. Diamond hands on the coffee cup. Britt sent that one over. Yeah, so I've got quite a good show today. There is, let's see, we're going to do the Trump fake out. I'm going to give you, I gave you Unity software yesterday. The Bears. Yeah. That was a gem that I snuck in there. The gays love the Bears. And if you don't know what a bear is in the gay community, there's a thing called artificial intelligence, which will allow you to look that up. Best day ever. I'll show you. Girlfriend just sent me this picture and said, best day ever. They're on the couch. All 3 of my bitches are on the couch. And by the way, before you get upset, I guess my mother gets upset when I call them my 3. She calls them herself one of the 3 bitches. So I'm not denigrating or anything. I adore all 3 of my bitches. And I just made her coffee. And by the way, it's 8:45. I don't know if she's listening or not. Let's just see. Okay, we've got that. We've got that. We've still got the Trendspider sale going on. And we're going to go over that. They released something pretty big. I glossed over it yesterday, but they did release something pretty big yesterday. I've got to do. There we go. Analysis, alpha picks. We'll get rid of that. We are going to, I'm going to change this to, I'm going to get out of that one and we'll open up a new one. I almost showed the Alpha Picks portfolio, and then they get angry at me. Finviz, Amazon still, CrowdStrike. Otters. I love otters. Hit the thumbs up button. We got 18 people in here. Okay, we're going to start with scans. Market scanner. We'll use the scan that I have. Ooh. Eli Lilly and Taiwan Semi. Lilly. TSM. Skip that commercial. Let's go to, I like the leveraged ETFs for some reason. I like to see what these are. Leveraged ETFs. DRN, LLYX, TARK. Now I should, we'll look at that afterwards. We're going to go to the low-cost Vanguard ETFs because, there's two. Cost ETFs, VNQ, and VWO. I don't know what the fuck Penny's barking at. Jesus, Penny. There's only like one spider sector that's not in, has a buy in the 4-hour algorithm. Okay, we're going to do ARM, we're going to do DocU, FNMA, Hood, NU, and Snap. Snap under $10. I'm not, full disclosure, I'm not in Poet, so I'm not watching it that closely, but I do know I have it on a list, one of my watch lists. So I'm glad that it dropped. I'm happy that it dropped. Nothing in the Dow. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Is ARM the only one in the NASDAQ? Wow. Let's look at the S&P 100. AMT. Shitty Group, Duke Energy, Eli Lilly, and Motrin. Oh, no. Why was SIRI going off on that one? Okay, we're going to move that. I'm going to go back to the 4-hour, and this was what I wanted to check because I didn't check it. Oh, see how it's turning over? Huh. I haven't. Penny. Hey. What are you barking at?
I'm about to eat it.
Oh, she's upset because you're leaving. You woke her up and she's saying, "Bitch, please, I was asleep." Okay. DPST is a great triple leverage ETF to actually trade in the 4-hour. When it takes these runs, it's sideways right now. I mean, long term, this one's kind of going down. But let's see if TQQQ, it's still in. I'm still in TQQQ, full disclosure. I have a small position. I think it's a couple $1,000. It's not much. Okay. So we've got the full-on show here. I got all the scans. I'm going to give you an idea. Tonight's Interactive Brokers is reporting. I'm going to give you an idea on that one. Netflix. I'm a little bit nervous. Bye. Miss you already. Taiwan Semi killed it. Pepsi killed it. I mean, just killed it. And have we seen a turnaround in that one? I'm going to give you the top alpha pick stocks, the top 3 returners in the portfolio that currently have a strong buy still. Penny. And we're going to look at those 3. And are any of them buys? And I'm going to kind of point out to you how I'm playing these stocks right now, because you know they're pretty good. NVIDIA's price target just got raised, and they went from 160 to 200. That's crazy, and it's still below where Wall Street says that it's worth. Now, mergers and acquisitions. We talked about this one, you know, being a good one. This is a railroad. Are we going to get a national railroad? And is Union Pacific going to be the one buying it? The biggest movers of the day, SRPT, Sarepta Therapeutics. It's biopharma. Of course, it's up. It was interesting. I'm going to show you. I actually looked at it while it was going up yesterday, right at 4 o'clock. Hey. What are you barking at? Hey, I see you getting ready to go. No, ma'am. Sarepta, I'll go over what I saw on it. We will also go over kind of a game changer here. Polymarket trends are now on Trendspider, and you can integrate them into your right into your chart. And we're gonna go over. There's no effing way we're getting a rate cut next week. No effing way. And we'll talk about the drama of yesterday, which was, will he or won't he fire the Fed chair? So, yeah, it's going to be chart heavy, probably a little research heavy. But we'll go into this. Let's look at Poet. Poet in pre-market is down 2%. It's pulled back. I mean, that's kind of par for the course. I've talked about button hooks, and you've got this gap here between 622 and 650. I'm not sure I would have bought it as it gapped up. I mean, that's kind of suicide right there. If you buy one that's gapped up. Let's look at the daily. The daily has a low gap as well between 619 and 654. I think this was the day that NVIDIA popped as well on the news that the China stuff would be loosened. So I think that's what happened. Let's see. Taiwan Semi's up 3%. I mean, it's a green market. Bank of America is still going down. Pepsi's up 3%. Has this one turned around? I mean, this is interesting because you've got a couple of previous. Let's look at a weekly, because that's really where this kind of comes in. And you can see, I was pointing this out a few weeks ago that it looked like 130 was a good support level. And where was that? That was right around where it traded when the world shut down for a few months. I mean, it was high, it was low, it was up, it was down, but and then it pulled back in 2021 to that point. So it looked like it was good. Now this one, you can see there's a little bit of support here, kind of broke through it a little bit, but it bounced back up here. So I think if you buy at 130, you're good for 160. Which one, Nathan? Poet? You want to buy Poet on the dip? I mean, let's look at it. that MACD crossing down on the strike line kind of tells me that you probably should be patient. The MACD still, or I'm sorry, the RSI is still at 61. The Bollinger Bands are still wide open. I would wait for them to see back here as they cinch up. They kind of just contract, and that's when it made its move. And so as you started to trade outside the Bollinger Band, typically you want to wait for it to pull back inside the Bollinger Band if it's going to continue that run. It has here, but it hasn't pulled back to the middle yet, and the Bollinger Bands haven't consolidated. So I would probably wait for this one to come back a little bit on the weekly. Let's look at this one a little bit wider, and I'm going to pull this back to where we are. Do we have anybody? We don't have anybody holding higher. That's going to be the problem. Is from back here where it traded at 24 and 25, you just don't have a ton of volume up here. So you're pretty much going to create that volume up here. Now, I will tell you, the 4-hour algorithm works really well with this. So I would tell, if this was me trading this one, Nathan, I'd probably wait. I mean, let's look at the 1-hour stock battle if you want to be impatient about it. This one over the last 64 days does pretty well, wins 53% of the time, including this big one. That's the current, that's from the 4-hour right there, 68%. I mean, that gap back here, it's the same thing. It's like $6 to $6.50. I think you fill that gap. So I'd probably just be patient. I don't like Pfizer, Michael Anthony. I think it's I mean, at some point in time, it does recover. But I just, a stock that is upper left to bottom right, until this becomes bottom left to upper right, why do you want this stock? I mean, do you want to time the bottom? Because that could have been set at 33, could have been set at 25, could have been set at down here at 20, but it could go lower. And why are you trading this one when you've got so many good stocks? And so for me, it's just like, I had this in my portfolio. I sold around 40 and I got out and I never looked back. And I don't have a problem with them, with the vaccines and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with them there. This is somebody asking me to. Let's see. Okay, I will just read this to you. Hey, Gary, I just caught your Buy the Dip earnings surprises and Trendspider scans video today. I was impressed with how you seamlessly integrated Trendspider setups alongside your AI-driven insights. At Stock Sharks, we offer a $99 a month membership that provides advanced real-time tools. Additionally, our affiliate program offers, I'd love to discuss. I get 1 or 2 of those a day. Just so, I mean, I gotta, there was a, by the way, hit the thumbs up button. There was a person who emailed me about a new portfolio that Seeking Alpha is doing. It is a more robust and daily kind of managed portfolio than Alpha Picks. Remember, Alpha Picks is rules based. It's blah, blah, blah. This one is managed on a daily basis, and they had signed up for it. It is $3,000, I believe, for the year. And Seeking Alpha has reached out to me and said, hey, are you interested? We're working on an affiliate program for it. And I'm happy to do it with things, so far, all the tools that I've had, I was a paying customer before I was an affiliate. So Trendspider signed up for it. Seeking Alpha, I signed up for it. Alpha Picks, I think they gave me Alpha Picks and I tried it out. And that's probably what I'll do with the other ones. And I didn't do well, by the way, with Alpha Picks. I saw the quality of names that they picked. I knew that I couldn't pick them myself. And I said, okay, they've got a track record. The portfolio has a track record, blah, blah, blah. But this particular person said, hey, this new portfolio that they're throwing out there for like $3,000, it's not good. And I, as a listener of my podcast, I appreciate that he would reach out to me and kind of tell me. But it's not like I pushed anybody into a $3,000, portfolio. I'm pretty particular about what I promote here on the podcast. So, okay, I'm going to hit record. It's 9 o'clock, man. I'm late as hell. Okay. Good morning. It is Thursday, July 17th. It is Netflix earnings day today. I don't think I'm going live with Trendspider. I might go live myself, so make sure you subscribe to the newsletter if you want to join me live for those earnings. It's interesting. We're going to go over what I think about those. We're going to go over the Trump mess yesterday and how to react to it. We'll go over the biggest movers of the day. This is what I'm excited about. I just spent about an hour and a half going over the top three returners, the top three stocks that have returned the most in the Alpha Picks portfolio. I will give you all three of them. I will give you a look at them and how I've been able to add to my winners. So we're going to go over that from step to step, three of them. And so these are the big winners. This is how I use the tools. We'll go over the earnings. United Airlines didn't work out. I said it was iffy at best. Newark was the major issue. Taiwan Semi and Pepsi killed it. They are in the core portfolio. And an idea. Interactive Brokers reports tonight. I'll give you an idea of what to do with that. But let's look at the markets, okay? Yesterday, I gave you stocks that could be huge winners, and I used Grok, and I went into Grok and I said, okay, give me, the Motley Fool was great during the 80s. Hold on one sec. Penny, stop. Sorry, I know you guys haven't heard that in a while, so I figured, hold on. Stop. Okay, there we go. So Unity Software was one that I told you was a good one that Grok had suggested to me as an honorable mention with Palantir and Rivian. It was just so happened to be up 15% yesterday. Don't tell me I don't give you anything. There was that one. Oh, and then I came back and told you that OUST was up 2% yesterday again. Is this one right? It's at its 52-week high, still a strong buy. They're still taking revisions up. Where does Wall Street think that it's worth $18? So be a little bit careful. But again, UAL, we can talk about UAL. This was a tough one. And I'd said, I thought it was going to be tough. The earnings and guidance were not good. Newark was a mess, and that's a hub for them. The Q2 margins were lower by 1% in the rest of the year. Clearly, Newark is having an effect. And that was UAL. And again, it ran up into this. It is now down, let's see, it's down up 2.3%. It was a tough tape, but they were lower expectations. Do I expect it to continue to run up? The 4-hour algorithm has you in. The 4-hour algorithm beats beats buy and hold. So again, if you're playing the 4-hour algorithm, you're in at 79 and you're trading at 91. Didn't matter that earnings were coming. You could have sold out beforehand. 4-hour algorithm is pretty good. Now, the overall charts yesterday were a mess. We're going to take a look at a 5-minute chart of yesterday because yesterday was just a mess. You want to pull back? The rumor of Trump firing Reserve Chair Powell made the markets pull back. Okay? If he does it, look out. but that will be a buy the dip scenario. When he said he had a press conference, so when it was rumored that he had a meeting with Republican senators or House members, I forget which, in the White House, and he said, I want to fire Powell. We know he can't. Okay, we know legally he has to have cause. The market's going to let this play out. So when you saw the news and you saw the dip in the market, I have friends who play options, who trade futures. They made a killing yesterday. They made a killing. The U.S. stock markets erased gains after the reports. The NASDAQ slipped 0.4. The S&P slipped 0.3, as did the Dow. The U.S. dollar slid 0.6 in the late morning on Wednesday. Again, look at the chart. There's a 5-minute chart. That's it. See, in the dark, it just dipped down. And that was during the time when it, and then what happened in the after hours? Well, after it was said and he had a press conference, he said, I don't have plans to fire him. We know Trump can't fire Powell. So you can read all the news articles that you want. He can't. And even if he does, here's the point that I'm going to make. Even if he does, he said he was going to fire him for fraud. There's no fraud. If you know anything about that federal, the revision of the Fed and the $2 billion that they're spending, it's not Powell. It's not Powell. There's no fraud. So if Trump tries to fire him, then they go to court. And what does the Federal Reserve do? The Federal Reserve just says, he said publicly he's going to fire me because he wants to save money. That's not part of the Fed mandate. It is not part of the Fed mandate to lower rates to save the U.S. money. The Fed mandate is unemployment and inflation. And as long as Trump continues to shoot himself in the foot, that's the problem. He's shooting himself in the foot with all of these press conferences, everything that he says. He constantly shoots himself in the foot. And so you buy the dip. That's it. And FYI, there is no effing way that we get a rate cut in next week. None. None. He has backed the Fed into a corner. If he would have just shut up, maybe Powell would have reduced rates. Maybe the governors would have reduced rates. So now it's just simply 96% chance. No change. No change. No change. There will be no change next week. You can put that in the bank. Unless something happens between now and the economy breaks, Powell isn't going to reduce rates. No way. And by the way, this is Polymarket. Polymarket is now available in Trendspider. Okay? You can put it in Trendspider. Literally, you can put it on your charts. All of this Polymarket stuff. Remember, Polymarket is it's a prediction. It's just a prediction market. It's very simple, and people can actually put money on it, and that's what moves things up and down. So not only does the prediction market side by side with price action on the charts, it gives you the power to set alerts. So you want to know when a Fed rate change is going to happen? Set an alert for when Polymarket actually changes. It is just another benefit of Trendspider. It's an amazing benefit of Trendspider. And by the way, we're going to go over this with the 4-hour algorithm. We're going to go over all of this stuff. See the 4-hour algorithm on the Qs? Got you in over here at 458 and you're still in. It wins 43% of the time. Average wins 7%. Makes you about as much as buy and hold over the last 24 months. I use it as a way to get in. Why? Because I'm bullish on the market. We're in a bull market. If you want the 4-hour algorithm, you want all of the tools that you're going to see me use on Trendspider. It's the top link on here on Linktree. The link is literally right below my head. Linktree. Daily stock pick. Okay? And it's on sale. It's on sale. I point people towards the advanced because of the 52 trainings per year. That's it. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, if you want to get trained on how to do technical analysis, this is your time. 52 trainings per year. They will teach you how to use this product. It's a software product. It takes a long time to learn. So understand, that's Trendspider. Now, the biggest movers of the day, I'm going to show you how I used Trendspider yesterday to determine this SRPT. Sarepta, SRPT is the symbol. And I saw it yesterday, and I saw it in the after hours, and I said, ooh, it's popping. Is this worth getting into? Well, if you just use momentum, then yes, it might have been worth getting into. But you can see the pullback. And the chart told me, nah, the MACD crossing down, the RSI slowly going down, the sellers are showing up, buyers are retreating, okay? And it's just stood there. So while this is the biggest mover, okay, they surged after the company announced a strategic review that includes a 36% workforce reduction and sharp refocus of its pipeline, including prioritization of SINRA. I have no idea what this means. No idea what this means. But from a long term, I don't want to be in this stock. This is a stock that has fallen from 115 back in January to $18. It's not one that I want. And I don't even want to trade it. So I saw that yesterday. I said, ooh, it's up 30%. Is this worth it? I said, no, the risk reward is not there. I will go over one where the risk reward is actually good, which is Open Door. We're going to go over that one later because I've got a strategy that actually works for it. Okay. Then you've got Taiwan Semi. We will go over. It's in the core portfolio. Killed it on earnings. It's an AI market. Then you've got Pepsi, which is a turnaround. I'm going to show you, I identified that support level, and I think we're going back up from here. This was a good earnings period for them. So it looks good. I've also said, hey, there are some crazy mergers and acquisitions that will happen because of deregulation. Trump wants this. One of the ones that we could see, keep them on a watch list, CSX and NSC, because Union Pacific has already hired bankers to look at merging and doing an acquisition. He said publicly, the CEO, he's talked about the virtues of a transcontinental railroad. So again, Union Pacific is going to go down if they make a purchase, but CSX and NSC are the two symbols that you want to look at. And Seeking Alpha is giving you that. Now, NVIDIA's price target was raised. I've talked about NVIDIA over and over again. It is undervalued even at this price. Even at this price. Now, you might say, well, I wish I would have bought it at 106. 4-hour algorithm got you in at 106. Just 82 days ago. It's up 62%. How was I using that? I was using the 4-hour algorithm. I bought it 140 back here in January, and I made it public. I bought it. Now, do you want to buy it now? RSI's at 79. The MACD is well above the oscillator at 4 points above it. The weekly, it's already shot up. Would I be buying it here? No. I'd be looking for it to pull back at some point. Patience. But Needham said, hey, it's not worth 160 anymore. It's trading at 170. We're going to bump it up to 200. Remember, the H20 chips that are being sold in China, that's a $30 billion revenue. So again, that could be a crazy move for them. There are other stocks that you can trade around NVIDIA. Okay, right now in semiconductors, I've given you Poet, which is number 3. Rigetti was up 30% yesterday. That's a quantum computer. Okay, NVIDIA isn't even the number 1. It's the 16th position in the quant. So let's talk about one of the crazy trades that I saw yesterday. It was Open Door. Okay, this was crazy. I saw it moving, And I said, let me find a strategy that could do this one. Because again, it's a sell. I don't want to own this one. I want to trade this. Okay, so let's go to Open Door and let's see, does the 4-hour algorithm work? Well, it got you in here, down here at 54 cents, but it's still over the last 24 months, it loses you 22%. I don't want to be in a loser. Now, could I have added it here? Sure. But I want to know when to get out. So I created this 1-hour stock battle. Okay, the 1-hour stock battle was for MicroStrategy during a short period of time. This only back tests for 64 days. It wins 45% of the time. The average win on Open Door is 12%. Okay, it got you in at 85 cents, got you in at 84 cents, got you in here at 69. And it got you in at 85 cents. It's at $1.49 right now. So when you see things like this, when do you want to get out? Do I want to get into this one right now? Well, in pre-market, Open Door is up 30% at $1.95. Okay, we're going to move this to $1.95 because again, it's at $1.95. Let's keep going. We're going to keep going because this one is nuts. This is obviously a short squeeze, okay? It's 127% in just 2 days. 127% in 2 freaking days. And yes, there are strategies that will do this. So when you see something like this, let me find a strategy. Is it too late? I would say yes. I don't want to touch this one. That's just me. Again, risk reward. You want to know ones that I do want to touch? Well, let's go over them. Because Seeking Alpha has a portfolio. It's called Alpha Picks, okay? And you can save on it. It comes with the bundle. Now, the bundle includes premium, so you get the quant, and you get Alpha Picks. And Alpha Picks is a rules-based portfolio. You get picks on the 1st and the 15th. They tell you when to sell. But I want to look at these a little deeper. So I'm going to give you right now, okay? Right now, I'm going to give you the top 3 performers in Alpha Picks that are still open, strong buys. And the first one is AppLovin, okay? It's up 737% since they put it in the portfolio. Again, let me repeat that. Up 737%. It was a long time ago. It was a while. 1 year, this is up 310%. So even if you bought this during July, say you signed up for Alpha Picks in July of last year, this particular one, if you added it, you're up 310%. It's never too late to get back in. It's still a strong buy. It's part of Jim Cramer's new FANG index, PARC, P-A-R-C. It's also midway between its 52-week range. And what does Wall Street think that it's worth? They think it's worth $463. That's a 30% upside. Okay? Now, let's go over to Trendspider and let's type in AppLovin. The 4-hour algorithm has you in at 346. That's only a 3% gain, right? But it just got you out of a 61% gain. The MACD just crossing up on the oscillator. It's not crazy at a crazy moment on the 4-hour. Okay? It did bounce off that 230 support level. Where's that 230 support level? It's the top of this previous gap because it gapped up during earnings and it used it exactly as support. Now, the 4-hour algorithm, it makes you 1,440% versus buy and hold makes you 1,244% over the last 2 years. It wins 65% of the time with an average win rate of 36%. Its earnings are coming up August 6th. Everything points to this could get back to all-time highs, which is $500. So it's probably a good bet. Now, what's number 2? Celestica. I've talked about this many times. I bought at 77. I bought at 127. I bought it 92. Okay? This one in the Alpha Picks portfolio, again, in the Alpha Picks portfolio, it's up 486% since they put it in the portfolio. Now, let's go over and look at it. Because, again, it's a strong buy. But this one's a little different. Okay? It's at all-time highs. 165 is the all-time high. And Wall Street thinks that it's worth 131. Okay? Is this one a great buy? Well, maybe you should have gotten in during the 4-hour algorithm because it wins 53% of the time. And it's up 110% in 98 days. Earnings come later in July 28th. Is this one going to do well? Well, look at the last earnings. It did well, and then it tanked through that spike. And we had earnings, and it did really well. So when are you getting in? Again, CLS, this is one of the big winners. Now a third one, okay? We're going to go and look at a third one. STRL. And this is why the bundle comes into play, okay? STRL, up 289% since it was added to the portfolio. Still a strong buy in the quant. You can see right there. It's at all-time highs as well. What does Wall Street think that it's worth? 256. That's a 6% upside. Okay? But when you go in and you look at revisions, there's nobody bringing the earnings per share or the revenue down in the last 90 days. It's a good news. You know, again, this is a $7 billion market cap. Well, let's go and take a look at Sterling in the 4-hour algorithm. Because if you bought the 4-hour algorithm back on April 9th, you're up 86% in 98 days. It's unbelievable. Again, the MACD, a little bit stretched. Your Bollinger Bands still cinched up. Your RSI, 64, kind of high. The earnings are coming up in early August again. Same thing. My point on all of this, these are clear winners, okay? You can add to them and keep your core position in the Alpha Picks portfolio. So for instance, $200,000 into the core, into the Alpha Picks portfolio. And it tells me what the percentage is. So at the end of the quarter, I'm making sure that I still have my percentage in the portfolio so I can track the portfolio, but I'm adding to my winners as well. I don't have any hard and fast rules on these, okay? I haven't been able to come up with an effective strategy to tell you how to do this. But I'm using these tools as Alpha Picks as the basis. When they give me a stock, okay, I'm going to add 1% into the portfolio on the 1st and the 15th. That's the strategy. Then I use Seeking Alpha Premium to get analysis of the company. You can get all of the analysis right here on the left. You can get all the news on the right. So I use Seeking Alpha Premium for that. And then I go over to Trendspider and I say, how does the 4-hour algorithm work? It's a formula that has worked for me. It's outperformed. That's why I push the 3 tools. The bundle, which gets you premium and Alpha Picks, and Trendspider. Right there. Get the 3 tools. That's what I do. These are the only 3 tools that I use. That's it. And if you want them separately, you can get them separately. You just save more with the bundle. They're all here on Linktree. So that's my point. It doesn't take a lot. You don't need my podcast. You can do this on your own. That's the brilliance of this podcast is I'm not spoon feeding you everything. I'm giving you the tools that you can figure out. People come to me and ask me about stocks. If I don't own it, I'm not talking about it. The entire podcast is about my portfolio. It's about my thoughts. But I'm literally giving you the way that I do this. And it's those tools. So again, let's talk about earnings, because on Earnings Hub, there's some earnings coming up. UAL, we talked about it. They missed. And it was a bad quarter, iffy at best. But they're up. They're up 3%. They were up 2% yesterday. They're up 3% today. I didn't take the trade. I didn't feel comfortable with it. Risk, reward. Airlines are not my thing. Delta is in my home location. It was a clear win. Planes are packed. Now let's talk about something else, because I've said Pepsi is a losing stock. This just changed. This was a crazy good quarter. This is a stock that's in the core portfolio. So let's see how the 4-hour algorithm works on this one. Is it one that you want to trade? No. Okay, I buy and hold this one. Now, I haven't bought and held this one in a while. Why? Because it's an upper left to bottom right stock. Am I still holding it? Yes. It's a small position. It's not a main position. Do I want to start buying it now? Yes. Why? Well, you have great earnings. Okay, it's still a hold in the quant. My assumption is as these earnings get fed into the quant system, you're going to see this one move from a hold probably to a buy. The profitability unmatched. If you want to analyze it with AI, you can pull this up. And tomorrow it's going to have all of the new stuff, okay? All of the positives, all of the concerns. It's a good tool. And why do I want this? Well, look, I have told you before, this 129 right there, this is back at COVID. After the COVID shock, where the stock traded down to $100, it shot back up to 129. And it used it for the next few months from April to June as its support. Then it pulled back in September, same support level. Then it pulled back in 2021, same support level, 129. What did it do this time? It spent weeks at that 130. And now we're seeing it move back up. Okay, you had this death cross of the 50-day under. This is on a weekly chart, just so you know. The MACD, super low. The RSI, coming off of way oversold levels at 29. It's now at 42. But it's turning itself around. Again, earnings will be the lift. Where do I think it could go to? Well, that 160 right there was the previous bump. And you have 2 or 3 other times where it's used that as support when it was above it. That's going to be the next resistance level. Doesn't mean it's going to go straight up there. But the valuation of Pepsi is not crazy. It's not. 17 times forward earnings. The problem has been the growth. But this earnings period, they changed that. So I expect this to turn around. Am I buying it right here? I want to see a 3-day rule, and then maybe I add to my position. Again, I drink Pepsi. That's why it's in the core portfolio. That's the only reason. It's not a main portion of my portfolio. I drink it. So when I buy the actual Pepsi, I want to own the stock. That's it. And another one in the core portfolio, this was duh. And I said this at the beginning of the week. This was the duh moment. Taiwan Semi. It's a strong buy in the quant. This is a quality stock. It's not crazy overvalued. It's 24 times forward earnings. The PEG ratio, 0.47. The growth is phenomenal. And by the way, they're building here in the US, so Trump loves them too. And Taiwan Semi has just been a killer on a weekly, on a daily. Look, $155 back in April. You're up, let's see, where are you trading? 246. Let's go to 246. You're up 61% right now if you bought in the 4-hour algorithm. I mean, it's very simple. There's nothing tough about this one. That $155 right there, where'd that come in? I think that was a previous all-time high, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. See right back here? We're going to move this back a little bit. There we go. See where it just popped up here? Popped up once, popped up twice. Then it used it as support. I'm not exact in this stuff. There is no exact for me. I want to look at a chart and I want to see, oh, okay, here's a line, here's a line. See where it popped up here? Well, that would be, if we see another pullback, that would be where I would say 185 is my absolute. I'm going to start adding to it again. We're in an AI market. So let's talk about tonight, okay? Because tonight we have Netflix. They're expected $7.06 earnings per share. The last time they reported, it was $6.61. We know that the ad tier is killing it. Their estimated revenue, $11 billion. Last time they reported, 10.54. So the estimates are up. Now, if you want to look at Netflix from a quant standpoint, it's expensive. That's it. It has been expensive. But the growth has been there. 15% year over year revenue, where the sector's growing at 2%. This is the leader. It's the leader. Now, let's go back and let's look how it's done on past earnings. Because the last earnings, they killed it. And I cut half my position. And I haven't gotten back in. 4-hour algorithm got you out there. We're going to remove that segment. Got you out with a 34% gain. 4-hour algorithm makes me as much as buy and hold. So I'm pretty good at basically buying on the 4-hour algorithm, and I'm waiting to buy it until it gives me another signal. Because it wins 52% of the time. Now, if we go back to July of last year, it wasn't a good earnings period, and it sank. I think you're going to get a better opportunity to buy this one, and I'm hoping it's under $1,000. And if it gets to under $1,000, I'm buying it. Again, when you look at a weekly, this is a bottom left to upper right story. It is. It's just stretched. I mean, that weekly is absolutely stretched. The MACD is 109 points above the oscillator. The RSI is at 65. You can't find a hotter stock than this. And we're at all-time highs. Again, when you look at this one, we are at all-time highs. Its 52-week range, let's look, is between 587 and 1341. You're trading at 1251. I don't know that the risk reward, again, if my outlook is 5 years on this one, I'm just buying it. But it's not. I'm just looking to get half of my position back into it. So that's me. Now, the other one that's reporting that's popular is Interactive Brokers. This is an interesting one. So we're going to take, this is the way my mind works, and this is the way your mind should work as well. And I like thinking like this. Okay? Interactive Brokers to strong buy in the quant. All of the big banks that just reported their earnings, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, all of them reported that investment and trading revenue was up huge. What does this do for a living? It's investment and trading revenue. Okay? And it's a strong buy in the quant. Wall Street thinks that it's worth $61, which is a 5% upside from 58. Now, let's look at the chart, because Interactive Brokers has an interesting chart where we're at all-time highs. Again, if you look at the 52-week range here, 52-week range between 25 and 60, and you're buying at 58, doesn't seem likely that that's good. But add into it that they could have a killer earnings period right now because trading and investment revenue was up for the big banks. But then you add in that 60 could be a double top, because where are you trading right now? 59? It could be a double top, because look, that one right there at one point above the oscillator on the MACD and the RSI at 61 could be stretched. When we look at a weekly, is it stretched compared to the last time it got to 60? No. This could be setting up for an even higher, a higher all-time high. I think it's interesting. Now, when you look at this, this is what's interesting too. And I wrote this down. estimates are lower. So you've got estimate of 45 cents per share. What did they report last time? 47 cents per share. Estimated revenue, 1.37 billion. The revenue estimate, 1.39 billion. Last time they produced 1.43 billion. So again, lower expectations. I'm going to tell you how I would trade this one, okay? I don't predict this one, and I don't own this one, and it's not one that I've ever traded before. So I don't want to go into earnings buying at all-time highs knowing that $60 is the push. I would wait until they report. I would go on a 1-minute candle, and if it starts to go above 60, I would scalp it with confirmation. That's the way I would trade it. It would absolutely be a trade. But I'm going to throw something else at you, okay? Because there's another broker out there that has a high retail trading, and it's Robinhood. And you can see I got 2 alerts over $100 to buy. I didn't buy it when it was under 100. I want this one under 100. And if we go and look at Robinhood versus Interactive Brokers, its valuation is D. It's the leader. But the growth, profitability, momentum, and revisions all super, super strong. They've had such a good run. This is up, let's just bring it up where it is today, 172% in the 4-hour algorithm over 98 days. Okay? I expect crypto and the new $1,000 for new birth kids in the US. I think this one on its earnings gets to 120. And that's a crazy valuation. But I think 100 has been setting up as a very nice support level. Now, if we get down to 83, I'm going to add to it. This is on my watch list, is one that I want to add. And I want to own this one. I want to own it big. It is one of the leaders. It is stretched. I am going to be patient. If it dips under 100, I'm going to buy it. I didn't get it yesterday. But that's my plan. Again, the plans that they come with thesis. It's not always 100%, and it's not always going to work out, but risk versus reward. Okay? So let's look at some of the stocks that have bullish entries in the 4-hour algorithm. Eli Lilly, $785. Is this one getting back above that 794 and going to go back to fill this gap? They have earnings coming up August 6th. Maybe. Taiwan Semi. We just talked about this one. This had a bullish candle that was saying, hey, go and buy it again. It's up 1.7%. Another one from the watch list that I have, when you get Trendspider, you get the watch list after you get the annual plan. ARM, 153. Boy, this one is a great one in the 4-hour algorithm. 249% over the last 22 months. It's 21 positions. 172% is what you make if you just bought and held. So you make almost 50% more. It's great. Another one from the watch list, DocU. This one, juicy gap above 92. Is this one that you want? I would argue it's not as quality a stock, but I would like trading it. Its valuation and growth, a little bit suspect. 4-hour algorithm makes you 68% versus 51% if you bought and held over the last 24 months, 25 positions. We went over this one yesterday, FNMA. This is Fannie Mae. $9.04. Where's it trading right now? $9.03. If this one goes private, expect this to bump over $10. That would be a nice move. So all of these others, okay? And you can use this for ETFs. We're going to do low-cost Vanguard ETFs. VNQ. VNQ as a buy. Now, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 15% versus just 6.3 if you bought and held. I would look for the 4-hour algorithm to enter me into this. This is the real estate ETF. Okay? VWO, which is emerging markets, which has been super, super hot. Look at the last 3 buys, 42, 48, 49. You're trading at 50, and it has another one today. So again, you use the tools that you have for the way that you put it in. I don't, the Seeking Alpha or the Alpha Picks portfolio, I'm adding to the winners. It's a great tool. And then I analyze them in Seeking Alpha, and I use Trendspider to actually find me a strategy that works with them. It's a very simple process. It's easy. It's not something that's difficult. It doesn't take hours and hours of research. I had this process. You know, I do the podcast and I have this process. So the podcast is a full-time freaking job at this point. If you have any questions, again, the newsletter, you can just reply to the newsletter when you need it. Or just go to the link tree. My email address is up there in the upper right. That's how all the damn advertisers find me. I just went over one on on YouTube Live. But sign up for the newsletter because I'll go live. So, and the winner of the 1-year Trendspider has not contacted me yet. You have a Yahoo address. So if you're still listening, which I'm not sure, you have till Friday to contact me. If not, we will pick a new winner. And that's it. If you have any questions, hit me up. Take care. Good luck. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, it's Brittany, bitch. I haven't seen Gilded Age. Somebody told me about that. One of my friends actually just told me that I went to Pennsylvania with. He told me Boiler Room. He was pretty much in Boiler Room. He wasn't in the movie, but he said he lived through it. And that's a crazy one. I haven't watched it yet. I think I remember it, but I haven't watched it. But I will watch it. Because he said that was his first job out of college. Like, we haven't seen each other since college, so... but he said out of college, he kind of got into this whole trading room, and the SEC and FBI raided his office and had him at gunpoint. He was on the phone with somebody, and they literally pulled a gun on him. And he had to hang up the phone. And but welcome back, Brittany, bitch. I might look it up. Hold on, Gilded Age. I'll add it. I use my Apple TV as the marker for everything. Apple TV. Gilded Age. Oh, I think I've seen this one. The conflict between old and new New York's glittering Gilded Age. Okay, I'll watch it. I'm usually not into dramas that aren't I don't know. I showed a best semi list. I don't think I build any. I haven't built anything semis. I haven't created a portfolio of semis. No. I can here. If you go to Stock Screener, down here, there might be. Let's see. All stocks, financial stocks. I don't see semis in here though. Financials. Value. I don't see semis. Trending AI stocks. Sound is up 6%. I hated Bridgerton. Ugh. God, you're such a woman, Brandon. And that's not a denigrating comment. That's just a Bridgerton is for middle-aged women. Although I will tell you, myself and 5 million middle-aged women have a thyroid problem. So I made that joke with my buddy who's an eye doctor. He's like, yeah, I wasn't going to joke about that with you. That's kind of weird. but it is what it is. Green screen. Boom. And then I've got to export this. Export to 717. Bob, I don't know where I showed it to you, but I don't have anything saved here. I haven't built anything. The only screeners that I have a dividend screener, which is crazy good dividend stocks for consecutive high yield. I mean, look at the yield on some of these. 13%, crazy. I have a large market cap stocks, strong buyer, buy across the Seeking Alpha authors, $100 billion in revenue. So these are good stocks like Taiwan Semi, Amazon, Uber. They're all strong. AppLovin, Micron. I have the top 2025 stocks, and I have the top second half stocks that I've built. So that's it. Lisa, Uber to me is a $100 stock. I mean, Uber is just one of those stocks that I think it's not done going. It's still got crazy good financials. So its growth, I think anytime Uber gets hit with, hey, Waymo is going to kill them, or Tesla full self-driving is going to kill them, that's when I think you buy. And you know, over the last 5 days, you're down 5%. So it's still a little high on its 52-week range. Wall Street thinks that it's a $98 stock. I think it's going to hit $100. It hasn't, but I think it's going to bounce up to that. So your time frame kind of matters on Uber. I haven't added to Uber in quite a while, but I think my average purchase price is still in the 40s. So it's not like I'm rushing out there to buy. But if you don't have an Uber position, this is a good one. It's ranked number 1 out of 8. Lyft is number 2. Grab is a crazy one. This one in 6 months is up 16%. And Wall Street thinks that Grab, I think it's South Korea. It's 11% upside. So I think they're good. Yeah, lawn snob Bob. I take Synthroid. In fact, I just got the levothyroxine message that I've got to renew this prescription. So, morning, Steph. Long time no see. HBLO. What the fuck are you investing in? HBLO? HBIO. Harvard Bio. Oh, this is biopharma. Brandon, I'm going to put this kindly. Why, in a market that's going bottom left to upper right, why do you want to buy a stock that's bottom left to, or upper left to bottom right? It's a $17.91 billion. I mean, there's nothing in here that you know, from the front page says, oh my God, I've got to get it. INDI. That's been moving. 940. It's not even $1 billion market cap. Yeah, I mean, that's a trade. So HBIO, I mean, it's not an investment, it's a trade. So where am I going to trade it? Well, the 4-hour algorithm doesn't work. Let's look at the 65-minute, because you want to trade this one on a short time frame because it's probably so volatile. Well, the 65-minute doesn't work. Let's look at the 1 hour. Does any of this one loses you 31% versus the last 60 days? You've made 9% buying and holding. Now, today it's up 13%. It got you in at 39 cents right at the open. I wouldn't trust maybe to 64 cents with that gap, maybe. But that's a big stretch to think that it's going to get back there. It could. INDI, let's look at if it's a trade, because typically with something that small I don't like to, but yeah, that's a good stock. I mean, that's bottom left, upper right. You can't argue with that one. Now it's had some major. I mean, we'll look at the weekly on this one. It's just gotten its rebound. So if you look at INDI from a quant standpoint, Wall Street thinks that it's worth $5.83, which is 26% upside. As long as indies stay hot, semiconductors stay hot, it's ranked 54 out of 68 though. I mean, Credo's up here, Poet's up here, Taiwan Semi, A-Lab. Just depends on kind of what you're looking for in semis. I think semiconductors is just it's a shell that just covers so many names. Okay, what's the name of this episode? It is Wall Street Winners. So let's do let's do all results. I don't like the money ones. Good to see you, Brandon. Good luck with $1. Hey, you've had some of those crazy ones. So I know you've still got Trendspider and you got that stuff. And you're good at that stuff. So keep at it. I mean, you know what you're doing. You don't need me to look at stocks for you. You know which ones you like, which ones you don't. Oh, and I don't keep track of who pays for the newsletter and who doesn't, Brandon. So I'd rather see you in MSTU. And vacation guy, railroads are still a big thing. I would tell you, I think we do go to a national railroad kind of thing. So, do I want that one? Nah. I don't have anything like this. Wall Street Winners. Let's see. Man, this coffee is gonna be cold. Yeah, it's cold. I don't care. Let's see. I think it's gonna be a frame. Yeah. So let's see if I uploads. Okay. And we're going to group that one together. Winners. And we're going to why does that? Oh, come on. Ungroup. wah. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to put that there. Like the stock. I think that, you know, again, trades, and when people ask me, you know, what should I invest in and stuff like that, it's just, I manage my own portfolio. There's a reason I was talking to my buddy about, there's a reason I manage my own portfolio and my parents' portfolio and not other people's money. I don't ever want to get licensed because I don't want to manage other people's money. And I never wanted to. Okay. And we're going to take this. Copy this, and we'll straighten this and say top stocks to buy now, and we'll shrink this. KSS. Steph coming out of the woodworks here. Kohl's is interesting. So I still like Kohl's as a store. And I think they get bought. And I think that's why you're seeing the positive there. But if I'm not mistaken, their financials are an absolute mess. The valuation, it's good, but the growth is, oh God, you're losing 7% revenue year over year. Now it says it's at risk of cutting its dividend. Obviously it's going to cut its dividend. I mean, I can't imagine it doesn't. 15 billion. Their market cap is 1 billion. So I mean, just look at their financials with the year over year. When you see brackets, it's not good. I mean, that's just, again, it's quarterly. Its earnings from operations are good. It's just losing money. And I don't want to go through just to see where it's losing money, but I think it's a good trade. And it's really been a good trade. I mean, you know, again, if you look at the 4 hour on this one, it got you in at 856, just got you out an 11% gain, but you got gaps all the way up. Now, if they're turning around their operations or they're going to get bought, I think KSS is a good one. But, okay, we're going to do NVIDIA. And we'll put this down there. We'll do AppLovin, Celestica. I know I've got Taiwan Semi in here too. We'll do Broadcom. Broadcom's a buy. Micron, Delta, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Rocket Labs. I should have put this one in. put him right there. App 11. Goldman Sachs. Okta, IONQ, Vistra, Robinhood. Hims, Perplexity, Bank of America, Coinbase, Celestica, where is images? There we go. Visit. Where is their logo? Okay, where? I need the logo. Son of a bitch. Download. Are these places gonna tell me? They're gonna tell me you need to sign up. Download now. Let's do this. Oh boy. Why can't I? Celestica, it should be there. Okay, upload files. Download. That should come in. We couldn't upload. Okay. Corrupted. Well, let's just take a screenshot of it. I hope I just didn't get a... Okay. And then we'll just paste. And we will background remover. I'll put that there. App 11, STRL. What's STRL? Sterling infrastructure. I probably have a goddamn virus now. I think I'm just going to put in the logo or the name STRL. Let's just put in the logos. We've got enough logos that... Okay, and we're gonna shrink that down a little. There we go. Download. Okay. I am out of here. Oh, does Kohl's have 45%? Yeah. Oof. See, now that makes it interesting, Steph. That makes it super interesting. What's in 3 days for Kohl's? It's the credit risk, I guess. Let's see, analyze with AI. Let's see what the concerns are. Sales declines and elevated inventory levels, which could lead to increased markdowns, amount of debt, high interest rates, the slowdown in growth from Sephora partnership and ongoing brand identity, at a record discount to tangible book value. What's the book value of Kohl's? $33.74. Wow. That's interesting. Company's strategic initiatives, price challenges. This could be a big one. I mean, that just juiced up when you said 45% short interest. Boom. That's got a dividend yield of 5.32. I mean, that's no joke. They'll reduce it, but that's no joke. Good find. God, see, this is when I'm like, I need to start trading. I need to trade. Stop the podcast. Stop my shenanigans. Okay, I am out of here. You guys have a great day. Yeah. See ya.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. and fears.